I stopped going outside. It all happened so fast. So much happened in the blink of an eye. I wish I could go back in time to avoid this. It was 3 years ago that I decided to start dating people. I'm really shy, but in certain moods, I can go outside my comfort zone and go on unplanned adventures. At first, I didn't think anyone wanted to date me. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just thinking that I inconvenience other people's time. I also have many insecurities about myself, but who doesn't, right? Usually, I always see flaws and assume others saw them too. Well, one person proved me wrong. It was someone who I could trust, someone reliable, someone who I felt comfortable being myself. We started dating each other for about a month when I announced to my family and friends about my boyfriend. He's a really nice guy, soft spoken, kind, and outgoing. He would even take me out to places that I otherwise wouldn't go. He's not picky when it comes to food, places we go to, and even which clothes I wear that day. I'm very indecisive, so I ask him to pick these things for me. One thing I like about him is that he helps me go out of my comfort zone, although it does sometimes push my boundaries, but I think he does it with love. After half a year of dating, he talked about the future with me, wanting to get married and all, but I felt it was too soon for me. I hadn't done everything I wanted to, yet had time to think about settling down. I have my dog, and that's enough for me. He wasn't too pushy about it, but it wasn't something I was looking for right now. What I was looking for was for someone to be with me and support me in my decisions, even at times where I can be indecisive. I learned more and more about myself when we spent time together. However, I learned something about him that caught me off guard. We planned a road trip together, and he offered to drive, knowing that I'm uncomfortable on the freeway. Our plan was just for the two of us for the whole week. Reaching the stop for the night, he made a phone call that lasted for about an hour before we chatted and went to bed. The next day, and the day after, we would go out, and each place he would make a phone call that lasted between an hour and 1.5 hours. I know he has a big family, but it felt inconvenient to me, but I brushed it off. Maybe they wanted to check up on him, so that's what he said to me. The rest of the week was fun, and I drove on the way back. It bothered me though that he decided to yell at me when I called my friend to check up on her and my dog, and it was one time in the middle of the road trip. On top of that, he would occasionally disapprove if I wanted to do something without him, but he went off to do stuff without my approval. It got to a point where on the way home he started sulking about me not loving him enough to do those activities with him. We stopped dating after I found out that he didn't really love me. He loved someone that wasn't me. Whatever I have, somebody else had. Whatever I didn't do, somebody else would do. I couldn't even be friends with him after finding that out. I'm not perfect by any means, but talking it out doesn't work for me. This isn't because I'm stubborn. It's because he doesn't listen to me. No one ever listens to me. My parents hated the fact that I broke up with him, saying that he's cute and funny and that I was the problem. Even after explaining the situation, they said I was being stubborn and that people can change after making mistakes. His mistake was dating me, thinking that he can take advantage of me. It wasn't long before he tried time and time again to get back together with me, but I refused to. There's no reason, and certainly nothing he can do to change my mind. I blocked him. I don't want to talk to him anymore. My dog ran out of food, so I went to the pet store to get some. Before I left the store, I saw him. He stopped me, asked me why I blocked him. I didn't answer. Just wondered how he knew I was here. I didn't tell him I was here. He then scolded me about how I was always paying attention to my dog instead of him. I didn't respond. After all, it's my dog, not his. He proceeded to offer to take care of my dog to spend time with me, and went as far as to pay for the dog food and carried it home for me. I refused. I said no. What else does he want? His kind face then turned into a sour stare. He said that I looked like someone that's too stubborn not to appreciate his help, and the only reason to date me is to make sure I don't lose myself in the crowd and make wrong decisions. Being codependent to each other, seeking validation, and constantly sheltering myself. What if I am the problem and not him? He helped me, and I didn't help him with his problems. Maybe it is my fault. This wouldn't have happened if I only listened and cooperated. He knows better than I do, and I can't do anything myself. But he still wants me? I have to hide. He knows where I live. Where else can I go? I kept myself in my room. My parents disobeyed my wishes and let him into the house. I heard my dog growl. He's here. I locked my door before he could come in, but he unlocked it. I hid in my closet and kept my dog close and kept quiet. He found me. I looked away. Please, just leave already. He didn't see where the dog was hiding. He crouched down to talk to me, not raising his voice, but wouldn't take no for an answer. My arms being pulled, and my dog came out of hiding and started barking at him. He then tried to carry me. I didn't know he was that strong. My dog barked louder and scratched him until he dropped me. Finally, he left. After that incident, I walked outside with my dog. When my dog passed away, I felt devastated. He's still out there. I have no way of protecting myself. I can't trust anyone anymore, even if they're the nice ones.